can swing and face you. It's not a fact.
Oh.
Is it a fact? Dude, I know. It's turning into a library. Keep cuddling. I had Barburrito queso. It was the shitty.
Better. Oh.
I'm just going to wing it as I do.
I said love your love languages.
Love your person. P.S. I love you. I saw it at Blockbuster, though.
Wait. Does Blockbuster still exist?
No. I'm an almanac.
Have you ever heard the song I Drink Wine?
But I want to listen to Steph.
I knew you were going to pull that one out.
I didn't even know that. How did you know that? It's because of Paul Mescal, let's be honest. Normal people, but I'm not normal.
Oh my gosh, you gave me the new mug.
I did! Cheers! Mine's cold. That's me and you! Okay, advice in your 20s.
Advice in your 20s.
What a topic.
Well, I think we should start off by saying that we're
in our 20s.
26 next week.
In a few days.
In a few days.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, this week.
Yeah.
Shit.
2 days for you.
3 days for you.
Is it?
What day is it today? The 20th?
2 days for
21st?
you. 21st.
Okay.
26 Club.
Yes. Is that a thing?
No. Okay. I don't think it should be one.
Well, no. I think what we want to talk about today is advice in your 20s, but obviously...
I'm just holding normal people.
Obviously, we can only really focus on the first half of our 20s because now we're entering the second half.
Yeah, closer to 30.
Yeah, and I'm sure when we turn 30, we're going to have more to say.
Yeah.
Going into our 26th year of life, where we can reflect back on the first 5 years of being 20 and what it was like. And I feel like that's
a roller coaster.
What a roller coaster. The first 5 years are very developmental time.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's a very developmental time for people.
Yeah, and you live like I feel like all of your early 20s is you finding out who you want to be when you're in your late 20s. I feel like it's crazy because whenever you look back 5 years ago, what were you doing?
Yeah, I know exactly.
Like,
coming out of high school.
Yeah, genuinely, and like partying all the time and drinking all the time. At least I did. And just making mistakes, which we're going to talk about later on in this episode. But it's crazy because you think you're so old when you're that young, but whenever you reach the age where you're kind of progressing towards your 30s and you're on that train, you look back at the things and the decisions you made back then and you're like completely different person.
Yeah. No, but even at that time, like if you think about it, coming out of high school, it was, your whole life you're told what to do in a way. And
exactly.
You're following structure, and then you get thrown into, go to university or college or do whatever you want, get a grown-up job.
Yeah.
So I think it's really confusing at that time, but you're also still young that you want to party and enjoy life and hang out with friends. And marriage is a little too early for most people to be thinking about at that time. So it's a weird
transitional phase.
Yeah.
But also the 20s, I listened to a Mel Robbins podcast a few weeks ago. And she was talking about the great scattering of it's such a crazy transformation that people have going from high school to being an adult. Because all of the people, I think we talked about this, all of the people that you used to go, even in university, I would say, you go to the same classes with these people, you walk home with these people, you see these people every single day because either you're in the same, homeroom or hometown, right? And it's like, as you age and as people kind of choose whatever path they want to go on, the great scattering happens. And it's like, now you're left by yourself almost. Yeah. And that's why we want to talk about this in this episode. All of the things about being in your 20s and like advice of being in your 20s. And, since we're approaching our 30s now, like, obviously, we're not there yet.
Yeah, we still got 5 years.
We still got some time, but it's like, in a few days, we're going to be considered closer to our 30s now, not our 20s.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that we have in the last 6 years, I'll say, gained a plethora of advice. And I think that I want to talk about that with you.
Yeah, advice that we've learned and advice that I think we're still trying to live
exactly.
by. The great scattering, I've never heard that.
Yeah, it's like everyone just scatters and like kind of goes their own way. And that's the biggest thing too. It's like you gotta be okay with change. I'm gonna kick that off.
Yeah. Be okay with change and be okay with not doing the same thing as everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
Just because somebody's getting married or having a kid before you, or just because somebody's really kicked it off in their career and you're restarting yours, doesn't mean that that's a bad thing.
And that comparison is going to be the death of you, because I feel like so many people peak. Like, you have Olympians at the age of 17.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? People are training for the Olympics at like from like 12 onward.
There's
you
that
know?
kid in I think he plays for Spain. I forget his
And he's
name.
17.
He's a soccer player and he's literally like 18 or something. He's like
That's crazy.
Insanely good.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like, are you going to be in your 30s comparing yourself to a 17-year-old? First of all, that's weird. Second of all, it's like you're not going to be doing that because you're all on different paths in life. And that's okay. And I think change is inevitable. I don't think, I know. Change is inevitable and you have to be okay with it.
Yeah.
Especially in your 20s, whenever this decade is a decade of finding yourself. And I think we talked about this in the last episode of like even in relationships, like the first person you date, most likely it can happen, but isn't going to be the first person you marry. And most of the time that's in your 20s when you have that like great love of like, oh, I'm going to marry this person. This is my first adult relationship. Girl, you got the
More
rest of your life. Like, you know what I mean? To like find that person. Now, if you found that person, good for you. I'm not saying like, you know, whatever, break up with the person that you think you're going to marry. I'm just saying like a lot of the time we think we know what's best when we're in our early 20s and then life hits us and every single year, you know what we gain? Knowledge.
Yeah.
Knowledge and experience.
Well, and responsibilities get tougher and you know, shit hits the fan when you're older,
Shit hits the
right?
fan.
You're dealing with a lot more crap.
Yeah.
That I feel like your high school relationship or whoever you met when you were 21, again, it could work, but also at the same time, it's that person growing the same as you and like you're maturing together or you maturing and growing and they're staying behind.
It's the same with friendships.
Yeah.
Like friendships, it's like you have them for seasons sometimes and you got to be okay with that. And you can like, how many friends have you, well, honestly, you're not a good example because you kept your friend group for a really long time.
Yeah, we've been friends forever.
Me, I mean, I feel like I'm the perfect example of like having so many friends every single year to like almost dwindling in numbers. But then I can look back and appreciate they came into my life for this reason. I can still look back with a lot of love. I have no animosity for anyone.
Yeah,
but
they served
also,
a purpose, right?
Exactly. People serve their purpose in every single season. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the 20s.
And I think going off of that, one of the points that we wanted to talk about is just doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
And I think what you were saying about finding yourself in your 20s, take that time to anytime you want to do something, don't worry so much about, because I think that's what a lot of people do nowadays is and I fall victim of this. I will linger on something for so long to the point where the opportunity sometimes passes by because I've waited too long to decide if that was the right opportunity for me or not.
Yeah.
Or I get so in my head about the fact of, do I deserve this opportunity more than this other person, even though I worked my ass off for it, but they also worked their ass off for it? Why is it getting presented to me and not them?
Yeah.
In that moment, I need to be able to just look at that and say, this is being given to me for a reason. I've worked my ass off. I deserve it.
Yeah.
Take it and go with it. And if it doesn't end up working out the way you want it to, I'm sure you learned a lesson along the way.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's something to look back and be like, you know what? Again, it served its purpose. It did something for me. Didn't happen the way I wanted to. Or it was the best thing that ever did happen and you're happy that you did it.
Yeah.
So I think in your 20s, like just
do the damn thing.
Do the damn thing. Like doing the damn thing doesn't mean going out and drinking every weekend. It's more of like if you've always really wanted to try something with your career or with a hobby or whatever it might be, try it out. Who cares what people think? Because realistically, in a couple of years, let's say you try something and it doesn't work out and it's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done, and then you stop it, in 3-4 years, nobody's going to really remember that. And you're going to look back and laugh.
You're so right about that. And it's actually perfect timing because I actually didn't even think about this. But then I remember the quote I read in The Wedding People. Genuinely, this was like I just like flipped a page and I saw it. And then you said that. And basically she says, funny how people just believe you are who you say you are. She's not sure why she never realized this power that she had before. And I thought that's really cool because it's like kind of going off of what you said of like, nobody's going to remember something stupid that you did. And like, you know, think about the things that you were so embarrassed by that literally didn't even like shred the surface of someone else's brain. And it's like, if you go out and you do the damn thing, it doesn't matter what kind of performance you put on. It's like at the end of the day, you made a statement.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's important about being in your 20s, is leaving a freaking mark on the world. And also what you said about like comparison of like, well, I worked hard, why did this person get this? They also worked hard. Timelines, man.
Yeah.
Everyone is on their completely different path. And I think that's what's important to realize, is that that's the biggest thing, is comparison in your 20s, is like seeing people doing better than you, and then saying, well, I'm doing everything right, like I did the damn thing, like I'm hustling, I'm grinding, why aren't good things happening to me? And it's like, maybe you haven't met that person yet, maybe you haven't gone to that place yet, maybe you haven't done something, but it's coming. But if you continuously compare yourself to people who are 10 years younger than you, that are like, you know, in my case, New York Times best-selling authors or Olympic athletes, and you've been working your whole life for that, it's like, you haven't though, because your whole life isn't over. You're in your fucking 20s. Like, you know what I mean?
So young.
You're still so young. And it always, I think especially because we live, what?
So I just thought of, my dad has this saying where it's like, we're in the first period of our life, like in a game, which is that's very dark humor, because he jokes that he's in like the last period.
No.
He's like, we're in the fourth quarter.
No, Manny, no.
No, but I was just laughing because I'm like, we're in our 20s. Like, we're literally in the first half.
The first quarter of your life. Like, literally 25.
Yeah.
Like, let's...
Oh, my God, we've entered the second. Well, we're not living till 100.
You know,
still.
we are. You transcend illnesses.
Why do you say that?
What? You ate lettuce with E. coli.
We're out. I didn't eat lettuce with E. coli. I swam in E. coli water.
And you didn't get sick. So you transcend not only water, illnesses. Anyway, what were we talking
Finding
about?
yourself in your 20s. I think originally what we were trying to say is, you're still so young.
Yeah.
That it's okay to make those mistakes, and it's okay to try to find yourself and not be so ahead. But also, how many times especially now, I mean, when we were 18, 19, 20, 21, I didn't see it this way, but now seeing that great big scattering and seeing everyone do different things in their life, there's been so many times where it's like somebody's in a really long-term committed relationship, or somebody's won some sort of award and has gotten so far in their job, in their career, and I'm like, wow, like, am I really behind? Like, I want to be doing all that stuff. Like, how did they get there? Like, I should have, woulda, coulda, in a way. Like, back in my high school experience, I should have done this instead of going that way, and I shouldn't have taken my time doing this, and blah, 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 blah. But then in a few years, that person where you were like, wow, they were doing so great in their career, ends up changing their career.
Yeah.
Or that relationship doesn't work out. Or, like, whatever it might be, or now that person has a kid, or this, like... And it's just like, you're still on your own path, and nothing's changed in that sense. But everything you were comparing yourself to, like, wow, they had everything put together. And the next episode, we're going to be talking about social media. But even on there, seeing everyone
that
has
false reality.
This false reality where their life is so perfect. And you're like, why can't mine be like that? Yours also looks perfect on social media. Yeah. So nobody else knows about the struggles that you go through, and you're not posting about it.
Well, nothing lasts forever. Not happiness, not sadness. And if you want to take it as like, well, what do you mean? Like, happiness doesn't last forever. You create that, just like you create sadness. Like, in a lot of ways, it's like, if you have a bed, if you have a home, if you have food on the table, man, that's something to be grateful for.
Absolutely.
And that's what I'm saying. You can create happiness. Man, make your omelets look like a smiley face. Do that with your fire sauce from Taco Bell. Literally. Or if you choose to say, I only have eggs in the fridge, then look at life like that, because that's all you're going to look at life as. And I think that's a good thing in your 20s too. Be whoever the hell you want to be. Like, you want to be happy with very little, you're probably the best goddamn person on this planet. If you want to have everything and be miserable, no one's going to be around to see it, man. Like, choose your sim. Choose your character every single day. That's the beauty of life.
And choose your hard, because it's not easy.
Choose your hard, yeah.
Do you want to be miserable every day, or do you want to try to find that happiness, even if it's a little tougher?
Exactly. And that... Book number two.
I keep segueing you.
No, you actually do. And honestly, I keep thinking, I'm like, I got to pause because I forget what I tabbed. But then you keep saying things, and I'm like, wait, I actually remember.
Okay, Hunter Lane bookmark. Self-promo.
Life is the thing you bring with you inside your own head. Is that not a true quote? Like,
it is.
how, like, and what's that quote too of like, your words are the home you live in, speak kindly
okay.
to yourself.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the time of your life to make mistakes, to do things, to be who you want to be, and you are not tied to someone. Like, that's the thing. You are not predestined to be a carpenter for the rest of your life. You are not predestined to be a nurse for the rest of your life. If you want to choose to wake up one day and go on tour and be a freaking rock star, go do that.
Yeah.
If you want to wake up one day and, like we said in the last episode, get a gym membership because you want to, go do that. Like, if you want to play with makeup and change your hair into a funky color, go do that. Like, no one is stopping you. And I think that people see life as a scary thing. I don't know about you, but I see it as a pretty damn exciting, great opportunity. You know?
No, I do. And it kind of even relates to what Matt Haig says in the Midnight Library. The fig tree.
What was the fig tree analogy?
I think it was actually from Sylvia Plath. Wasn't it?
I don't want to talk about her. She shoved her head in an oven.
Anyways, he talks about the fig tree analogy where your life is like you have all these stems and all these branches which represent different life routes.
I think that was Sylvia Plath.
It is Sylvia Plath, isn't it?
Because I want to know, Sylvia. She's gone.
I was gonna say she's not with us anymore. She's no longer with us.
Did you read the unabridged diary? Did you read Sylvia Plath's journals before me?
He doesn't quote her, but it's like that analogy.
How do you know it came from Sylvia Plath?
I don't know.
Then?
I heard somebody else talking about it.
Okay.
Does it not come from
Sylvia
Plath?
Okay, just say the fig tree. I don't know. I haven't read her unabridged journals.
Or am I just thinking of Sylvia Plath because you talk about Sylvia Plath?
I talk about Sylvia Plath the way I talk about Paul Mescal. Often.
You know what? Forget Matt Haig. Forget Sylvia Plath.
The fig tree.
There's a fig tree analogy.
A fig tree.
The fig tree analogy, wherever the hell it comes from, is basically. But what the Midnight Library is talking about is there's so many different paths you can take and routes in life, and there's so many different branches. But people are so scared to try each and every one because they don't know, and all the what ifs hit.
And they want it to be perfect. They want every single road to be perfect.
Exactly, and they're so worried about it not being perfect or going down the wrong path that they end up just staying stagnant and not moving, and eventually the fig trees fall and you die and you didn't move.
Yeah, you didn't move. And that reminds me of Robert Frost, The Road Less Traveled. Is Robert Frost around?
I don't know who Robert Frost is.
The poet?
Mark Manson. I'm looking up Robert Frost.
He's the poet. The Road Less Traveled by.
Oh. Okay, yeah, you keep saying it. Just because you say it at the time doesn't mean I'm going to get it.
Yeah. Anyway.
We're going way too off topic. Did you want to talk about Robert Frost?
What was it? No, I was building off your point. Why do I have people? No, keep this in. Why do...
I'm going to make a compilation of you saying, keep this in, keep this in.
I feel like I have 3 people I talk about. Paul Mescal. Sylvia
and Frederick Bachman.
Robert Frost. I'm gonna talk about Robert Frost now.
No, you're hyper fixated on Sylvia Plath.
You're gonna catch my fucking wheeze. Silver Plath. Okay, sequel.
Anyways, you're hyper fixated on Sylvia Plath recently.
No, that reminds me of this quote. In Matt Haig's The Life Impossible, it links to what you were talking about. You were talking about, like, just being yourself.
Being yourself, doing the damn thing was the
doing
main
the damn
point
thing was the main
of
thing. And then kind of just like what I said in The Wedding People of just choosing who you are and like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And I read this and I highlighted it. He said, there's always an unknown variable, and that unknown variable is often yourself. Embrace the mystery would be my advice. Embrace the impossibility of it all. Enjoy the not knowing. And I
like
thought that was really good because we were talking about, obviously, before our laughing fit, Robert Frost and how he took the road less traveled by.
Yeah.
A metaphor of life in saying the easiest road is not going to be the best road for you. And every successful person will tell you it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Like, enjoy it. Enjoy the process of not knowing. And like, even you and me, in terms of this podcast, we had never touched a camera like this before.
No.
We'd never had studio lights before. You know, I dabbled with podcasts, but I was recording on like, you know, wired headphones, doing it through like a free podcasting service. I never did the setup, but this has been fun. Like, the amount of memories that Steph and I have made just in these last few months, just kind of finding out how to do this and like, you know, seeing what looks good together and collaborating with one another. I think like you collaborate a lot in your work environment, but I'm very much like a lone wolf. Like, I work alone. And so that was also like, okay, I now need to factor in how other people would think about something that I think about. And if I just stayed writing in my chair all damn day for the rest of my life, I would get so tired, even though it's my passion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you have to switch things up. You have to like enjoy what's coming, even if you don't know what's coming.
And what it's going to bring.
And you have to work towards all of these checkpoints and the success that you want for yourself. But even if you don't end up where you wanted to end up, you will always end up where you're meant to end up. Does that make sense?
100%. And that's like, actually, that's what Taylor Jenkins Reid talks about.
You read a quote now.
I don't have one for this one, for that topic specifically, but and maybe in another life is there's two paths that this girl ends up taking.
Yeah.
The moral of the story is she ends up basically, without spoiling, but it kind of is obvious, but whatever path you take, you're going to end up where you need to be in the end, even if that road is a lot different. But I want to talk about even taking the harder path instead of the easy path.
Yeah.
When you do that, like, it's not going to become easy at any point, because anytime you get over a challenge, there's going to be a harder one that's waiting for you. So you really have to enjoy that process and enjoy and find things to be grateful for and to be happy about when you're taking that path, because just because you accomplish a challenge doesn't mean that there's not going to be a more difficult one waiting for you.
Exactly.
And I think, like, we also wanted to talk about, like, another point was just the power of now.
Yeah.
And how a lot of times we really, really linger in the past or the future because we're so worried about what we've done in the past and how that's going to affect our future that people forget to just focus on right now. And maybe in another life, there was a quote that I really loved that stuck with me. And it was like right at the beginning too, where she's talking about how she has no apartment, no job. She says, I have no steady relationship or even a city to call home. I have no idea what I want to be doing with my life, no idea what my purpose is, and no real sign of a life goal. And yet time has found me. The years I've spent dilly-dallying around at different jobs in different cities shows on my face. I have wrinkles. And then she continues to go on.
I have wrinkles is great.
Yeah. Then she goes and continues to talk about, you know, how tomorrow is a brand new day. But I think seeing that, I love that she said that. Like, no matter what, even if you feel like you have nothing going for you in your life right now and you're worried and you're stressed about 800 million things, at the end of the day, time is still moving. You're still growing old. You're going to look in the mirror and you're going to see those wrinkles. So instead of thinking, okay, tomorrow, I can't do this, my past sucks, this is the future, blah, 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 what are you doing right now to fix it?
Exactly. And if you've been wanting to go on a trip, but you're scared, or if you've been wanting to change your job or take up a new hobby or like try a new thing, like remember you said to me that every single month you had a checklist of new things that you wanted to try. Explain that.
Yeah, in 2024, one of my New Year's resolutions was every month I wanted to do one new thing that I hadn't done before. And it could be something as simple as, like, one was I went to go grab lunch literally by myself in a restaurant because I've never done that before. And doing it seemed scary, but then in the moment I realized nobody was looking at me and it was fine.
At you.
Yeah, and it was nice to spend that time and just do whatever I wanted in that moment. Another one was, like, I tried tennis, and then I tried volleyball, and I tried rollerblading, but they weren't always active. Like I said, one was going to grab lunch by myself.
But it was a new thing. It was a new experience.
It was a new experience, and there were some things where I was like, I will never, ever do that ever again.
Yeah.
And there were some things where, I mean, I joined a volleyball league, and still to this day, I'm still playing volleyball.
You're going tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So forcing yourself to do something and stop putting pressure on the perfect timeline. Like, I love New Year's resolutions, and I love starting out fresh on a Monday, my Sunday resets.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a lot of times when I prep myself to do like a challenge, whether it be like a physical challenge or a mental challenge or whatever it is, I have like a week before that where I'm starting it already. It's like the pre to get myself worked up. Like I remember in 2023, I think I wanted to really start taking the gym seriously. And 2 weeks before New Year's, I started working out at home consistently. I started eating healthier, watching what I was doing, because that way there's almost less pressure, because if you do mess up one day, your challenge hasn't started yet. But when you get to day one, there's not as much pressure on that day to be perfect. And you've already kind of created a routine for yourself that it's easier to stay on track.
That's what I like about you too, is like you don't stop growing and you're in love with the challenge of growing. That's the biggest thing that a lot of people don't possess, is that want to be more and that want to do something like right now. It's that, like, the power of now. It's like nothing will happen if you sit on your ass and you don't move. Like if you want, and how many times have we talked to people in our lives who have said, I lived in this city, kind of what she was saying in the book. Like, I lived here, I've done this, I have wrinkles because of the stress that happened to me when I was 19. And it's like, you don't look at someone and say, why'd you do that? You look at them and say, you lived, man. And that's what I said. I actually said that to my partner recently. I was saying, I don't care if I'm alone for the rest of my life, as long as I lived my life. I always say that. I'm like, if I die, bury me in memories, man. Because that's all that we have, is like our time on earth and what we do with it. And that's such an inspiring thing. Like, the best people I've talked to aren't the prettiest people, aren't the most fit people. They're the people with the most experience and the most knowledge of the world. Like, we were speaking to a guy who had so many things, everything in his apartment was curated, and he would pick something up and every item had a story behind it. And he had a story behind why he got it and where he got it. And talking to people like that, they acted. They possess the power of now. Like, other than
just talk.
Exactly. And like, just talking about what you want to do, sorry, hate to break it to you, you're not doing anything. Like, you got to do a less of this, if for our viewers, like, you know, less of this and more of actual action. You know, implement your dreams. Make a checklist, make a goal, write it down, but go follow through with it. Otherwise, you're going to be 50 and looking back at your life thinking,
should have done this.
Should have done that.
I wish I did that.
And then rather than memories, you're going to create regret.
The Book of Regrets.
The Book of Regrets. So,
no, 100%. And even something as simple as, like, one of my New Year's resolutions was be more cultured. You know, like, I want to travel the world.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like, obviously, that's a bigger goal. It's not something I'm going to do all in 1 year, but something as simple as, like, when I go to a different country, learning what that culture is, like, really fully experiencing it.
Even learning a language, like a few words in a different language.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I would love to be bilingual.
Are you not?
No. I know, like, 3 words in Portuguese.
It's 3 words more than me. But even go on Duolingo if you're visiting another country. That's still like something.
Yeah, even if you just know how to say hello.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about, though. It's like, I didn't know that you wanted to do that, like be more cultured. But that's a good thing because, again, it's like I'm not going to just sit in my apartment for the rest of my life and be okay with it. Like, you're like, I want to travel. I want to see things. I want to experience the world. And that's what makes you unique. And to anyone who thinks, well, life, like, okay, again, I'm not shitting on people who have, like, a simple lifestyle.
No, because sometimes people want a simple lifestyle.
Exactly.
We're talking about people who want more but don't do anything about it.
Exactly. If you want more and you're, like, becoming a victim of your own mind because, you know, like Paul Mescal said, like Connell said in Normal People, it's like your life is only as far as you extend it to in your own brain. Like, essentially, it's like, if you want to make it a happy place, you can make it a happy place. You want to be ambitious, wake up tomorrow and do something.
Yeah.
Be ambitious. Like, life isn't predestined for you.
It was literally like, I was listening to Andrew Huberman's podcast and he had David Goggins on there, and he literally said, like, I have a book and it's coming out and it's how I did what I did. But at the end of the day, he's like, no matter how much I promote my book, no matter how much I could tell you to read my book and it's going to solve your problems if I want to. But at the end of the day, just do it.
Exactly.
Just do it. He's like, nothing I tell you will change your life unless you literally just do it.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can't follow someone else's timeline or checklist of what they did, because your life looks very different from David Goggins.
Yeah.
Your life looks very different from mine. like even me and you, we're besties, but our lives look very different and we're on different paths. Why? We both are in different careers. We both have different friend groups. We both are in different stages in our lives, essentially.
100%.
But it's like we're both working towards the same thing, like success, bettering ourselves, growth, and knowledge. And I think in the next episode, because we're going to do a part 2 literally after this, you guys are going to watch the part 2, but we're going to talk more about how you can kind of find yourself in your 20s as well and match with people, right? Mm-hmm. Like in love languages and whatever else. Yeah, exactly.
Friendships and romantic relationships and everything. But also, just to end off, like that one quote where it says your past is a prison and your future is an illusion.
Yeah.
Focus on the now. Just get up, do what you want to do.
Great quote.
And you've heard that one before, right?
You told me that.
Focus on what you want to do the damn thing, and do it today.
Exactly. So get up off your ass. Good morning.
Good morning.